In today's review, we will take a look at my favorite roller coaster in the world's oldest amusement park. Train Ulven, translated to the Train Wolf, is located at Bakken in Klampenborg as an Intamin family coaster from 1997. The ride is a fast and compact coaster with 26 riders per train. In this review, I will take Ulven, as it is often shortened to, through 7 different categories, each giving a score from 1 to 10, which all will go to a final average score of the coaster. Before those categories, however, let's take a look at the stats. Ulven is at a small height of 60.7 feet, though for a family coaster that is quite normal. The top speed is at a decent 40.4 miles an hour, and the length is unclear. Though, in the ride station, a sign does say that the ride is actually more than 500 meters long, which is at least 1,640 feet. Appearance: Train Ulven is covered up by its station, rockwork, and other nearby buildings, so from an outsider's perspective, much of the ride isn't visible, unless they move around the back and look from the grass area. The coaster's color scheme is cyan with black supports, though the cyan color has been worn out throughout the years and the track has gained a gloomy look to it. The coaster doesn't have much of a beauty, besides its plain life, which does look nice. And another thing that stands out is actually its lift hill, which is topped off with a patriotic Danish flag, which to me adds a good look. I think Ulven deserves a 6 out of 10 for its appearance. It isn't ugly, but it isn't very pretty either, and it earns that 1 point above 5 for the planned life and the flag. G-forces. This is a category that kinda takes Ulven away from the family coaster category, and I want to start out with the first drop. This is one of my favorite first drops on any roller coaster, that is if I sit in the back seat. At the top of the lift hill, the track curves to the left until it reaches its very sudden, very steep drop. If you sit in the back, you will get flung over the top of the lift hill, and with a very loose lap bar, you fly out of your seat. Besides this, there isn't really any airtime to brag about. But there are actually higher G-forces in its many helixes. This family coaster is fairly intense for its family category. Some of the transitions are also quite fast, providing laterals, which are fairly fun with the limited bus bar. So for a family coaster, Ulven has good and surprising forces. Good enough for a score of 6. They aren't the most intense, but they are still above what most people would expect. Smoothness. Ulven is an older coaster. It isn't rough by any means, but it isn't glossy smooth either. I find the coaster to feature a slight rattle, which feels like something it has developed over time. It isn't something that bothers me, but it is worth mentioning. Besides this, the transitions are actually pretty smooth, and after all, it is Intamin, and you can definitely tell. Ulven earns a 9 for smoothness. Ride time. Ulven neither feels long nor short. It feels very in between. You would like some more after the ride, but you're also somewhat satisfied. Therefore, I'd say the coaster is very split, and it really depends on one's own experience. My gut is telling me to give Ulven 5 out of 10 for its ride time. Theming. Train Ulven is themed to the Train Wolf, though there really isn't any theming besides the logo, the actual trains, and of course the rockwork. The coaster does feature a small tunnel at the bottom of its drop though, but I wouldn't say it's part of the theme, and if it is, it isn't clear. So pretty much all the theming credit goes to the train and the rockwork. And the rockwork is nice, there just really isn't a lot of it. I think Ulven deserves a smaller 3 for theming, but it really isn't the focus point of the coaster either. Originality. When it comes to the model that Ulven is, the model simply called the family coaster by Intamin, it is the first one, and it would be for 12 years. The concept isn't super unique, as you can definitely compare this type of layout to many other family coasters by other manufacturers, but it is also more special than a usual family coaster. Due to its intensity and elements like the drop, it is kind of a mix, but I will still only give it a score of 4 out of 10. Overall fun. For me, Ulven is a very fun roller coaster. Some might find it okay, some may not like it, some probably love it. I for one love this coaster, and I always have fun in this thing, especially in the back row. But I can also have fun anywhere else on the train. It is my favorite roller coaster at Bakken, and even though it does have some weak moments, including its trimmed airtime hills, the rest of it makes up for it. I'd also like to mention that the tunnel at the bottom of the first drop is an amazing head chopper. I've actually not had my arms up in this tunnel, and I don't dare to either, because I'm pretty sure that you will hit the tunnel with your hands. So just trust your gut. The same goes for the scenery, especially on the last helix, where the train actually touches the plants. All that helps with the fun factor for me, and I think this coaster should get a good 8 out of 10 for overall fun. I might be a little biased, as this coaster is a very big part of my childhood as well, but that's just what I'd personally give it. All these scores give us a final average of 5.9. Without my scoring system, I would give this coaster a higher personal ranking, but 5.9 is probably fitting for the overall experience that anyone who rides it for the first time will get. I would definitely say that this is one of Bakken's must rides. I know a lot of mixed opinions on this coaster, so I suggest getting your own opinion if possible. But anyway, that's the end of my review of Train Ulven at the world's oldest amusement park, Bakken. If you have ridden it, make sure to tell me what you think of it in the comments below, and if you haven't, make sure to tell me if you want to. Otherwise, it has been Northern Rides, and I hope you all keep on riding.